Miss Suna. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you coming in and sharing your story. And first and foremost, I admire you, your strength, and all your hard work. And your family is amazing. And you have a special place in my heart because we have like a deep connection.
Of course, yes.
Dealing with narcissistic individuals.
Right.
But tell me a little more about your story. Like for our audience that doesn't know you, who you are, where you're from, and all the wonderful things about you.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So I'm Suna.
Yes.
Suna
Sunita.
Sunita, yeah. My family, my extended family, which is your family, they sometimes call me Sunita. I'm from Turkey. I was born and raised in Istanbul years ago.
No, stop it.
So I started the career life as a corporate marketing professional. And then after a decade of dealing with corporations, I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to be the entrepreneur and function as a marketing human being for other professionals. Because I realized that people do not manage their personal brand effectively. And that was back in 2004 that I realized it.
And 20 years later, it's still a challenge.
I guess. Yeah. So I started my own company, but before that, I came to United States once again to do the educational part of image management and personal branding. I started up with a professional who has been in that field for 30 years back then. She's still alive and she's still functioning as an image consultant. And then I started up my company, and then I started serving corporations as their professional image consultant for the employees, for their onboarding trainings, and for the C-suite as their consultant who's doing the styling, body language, communication, presentation skills. And at that time, I figured that I need to have coaching skills. And then I went to NYU, New York University, for the executive coaching program.
Wow. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No. Oh my gosh.
If Iris was here, she would be like my daughter.
Yeah.
She would like, Mom, stop bragging. And I tell her, it's not bragging. You have to tell what your capacity is, what you can do for people. So after that executive coaching training, I added that service to my services. And then during the journey, I realized that I'm 40 years old. At one point, this was a decade ago.
Stop it.
And I said, hey, I want to have a child.
Yeah.
That was a time for me that I evaluated what's going on in my life, what worked, what didn't work. Maybe that coaching training helped me a lot. Because I was coaching myself.
Discover.
Yeah, it helped me to wake up. Hey, you've been working like crazy. I was traveling, working. Like I had this target when I started up my company. I'm going to be able to work with the companies from A to Z.
Right.
I'll have a company from each letter. And I had it by the 5th year.
Wow.
So I was so concentrated in working. I was working nonstop because I had nothing else in my life distracting.
Yeah.
So I figured I'm working hard, but there's missing in my life. There's something missing in my life. And then baby Iris.
Oh, I love her.
Came into stage. Who's today 9.5 years old.
Going on like 16. She's a little like almost adult. She's a doll.
Yeah, I know. And she's amazing. Like sometimes I really beat up myself if I'm doing a good job as a mom, being the entrepreneur still and having made a decision of immigration, moving to United States. And how it happened is because they always ask me, like, is it because of a husband? No, I fell in love with San Diego.
I know, we have like the perfect weather.
It's not only the weather, you know. I mean, before that, I was such a New York uptown girl.
Oh.
Like, in 2012, I was ready to move out. And, you know, my parents were okay with that. But till then, I never thought of leaving Istanbul. I've always been so much in love with the city that I lived in. And even for vacations, I would go to places, I would travel, go to the weirdest places on earth. That's one of my things. I love traveling. But I would always come back home and say, this is my city. I love the vibe. Like 25 million people living together.
Totally. And like a million degrees.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I traveled to Los Angeles for some reason, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
And then I had to come to San Diego, like for 1 day, 1.5 days. And we stopped by La Jolla, and I looked at the ocean, and there was something like, oh, I belong here. Like
Yeah.
I felt grounded. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
And then there was this amazing sunset. And then it started raining. And then there was this rainbow. And
Yeah.
then the palm friends. I don't
Yeah.
even call them palm trees. They're my palm friends.
Palm friends. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And I said, I want to be back here. So a couple of months later, I came back again and then again. And I got pregnant in San Diego. And I went back to Turkey. I'm telling about this because it's like a magical thing for me. So I was talking to my doctor, and he said, now we're going to run the blood test because you're a older mother.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah. Everything has to do with age.
Yeah. And then we're going to wait for the test results, which is going to come back from San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm coming from San Diego. Are you joking? No, we're going to send the blood test to San Diego.
That's odd. Like that's where they send the blood work? That's
because they're working with this lab in San Diego from Istanbul. So they took my blood.
Oh my gosh.
To figure out what the gender of the kid is and if it's everything all right. And that's maternity test or something like that. And I was like, this is a sign. Like, I love that city. And now he's sending my blood with the genetic code of my kiddo back to where she was seated.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then I was like, okay, I have to go back there. So I came back here without anything, like, because I was always coming to United States, back and forth. And then at the same time, I met this attorney who said that, hey, Suna, we didn't even meet face to face still. And she's one of the 5 best friends that I have.
Wow.
Yeah, Mine, she's amazing. So I talked to her through a friend because that friend said that, hey, Suna, you're supposed to get a green card and you have to stay in the United States and you're going to do an amazing job here as an entrepreneur. And I was like, why? I mean, I don't want to leave Turkey. But then I talked to Mine and she goes, like the 3rd minute or so, she asked my website, which was my name and last name back then. She goes, I'm going to get you a green card because you have this extraordinary ability, capacity.
Yeah.
You're the pioneer, you have the book, you're working with this company, such and such. And if you can get me 10 reference letters, the rest I'll take care of it.
Wow.
Because I had the YouTube channel, I was on TV all the time, I was working with news channels.
Yeah.
I still did work till last year. I quit because, it's so difficult to manage the work with a 10-hour time difference and at the same time have the little one that I want to
be there
prioritize.
For. Yeah,
I want to be with her. It's
because you don't get this time back. No. Money can be made at any other point in your life, but this time with your daughter is like crucial.
Yeah, you're missing it.
Yeah.
So, and especially because I had her after the age of 40, I said, you know what? There's no end to the objectives that you have career-wise, especially if you're a hardworking one. I said, you have to learn to say no. You have to learn to slow down. That's when mindfulness-based stress reduction trainings came into my life. So right now, when I'm doing what I do the styling, and I'll do the personal branding coaching, and I do the mindfulness.
Gotcha.
That's why people find that amazing when they're working with me. Like, hey, what do you do? Because everything we buy has to be a mindful choice that is going to serve us, not sitting in the closet. And while we're making the choices, I'm asking questions using my coaching skill set, making sure that I understand the personality, the limits or boundaries, or how we can push it a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Very recently, I was working with this beautiful lady. She was like, I'm so bored. And I had to figure out what she is bored of. You have to ask questions. And she said that she has been working with other stylists before, although I do not call myself a stylist. But what I do is styling when I'm doing the closet edits.
Totally.
And, personal shopping and styling someone. But on the other hand, I have still clients that I do the executive coaching, C-suite, so relationship management, communication. And I always use mindfulness for both of the functions because it keeps you in the present time.
Right.
Otherwise, either you go backwards or you try to go forward. If you're going backwards, you get angry.
Right.
If you're going forward, you get anxiety.
Right, which is fear. Yeah.
You stay in the present moment. And speaking about our experience, I think mindfulness helped me a lot to get out of that jail,
Yeah.
let's say.
Out
It was
of
a
that
jailbreak.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, fast forward, I moved to United States, but I was traveling every 2 months, San Diego, Istanbul, because
Oh
I
my
was still
gosh.
working. So
Yeah.
Iris was little carry-on with me. I had the
Aw.
carry-on and I had the Iris in my arm.
Yeah.
We were traveling back and forth, like 2 months working like a crazy. Of course, I had my parents, I had the nanny full time. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to function. And then 2 months here, making up for the time.
Yeah.
But then came the point, 2019, I said, hey, she's going to start the school and I have to stay here. Then came the pandemic.
Yeah. Oh my
And
gosh.
my father's, cancer
Yeah.
diagnosis. And then I took almost the last flight from San Diego, Los Angeles to Turkey. And then the flights were canceled.
Yeah.
And then I was stuck in Istanbul for almost a year
Wow.
while my dad was being treated with the chemo. And I'm so grateful I made it.
Yeah.
Because I was with him
You were
during
present.
his. Yeah, I was present. I was present in the present time, and that was the best present I could give him
Yeah.
and to myself
Right.
and to Iris.
Yeah.
And then we came back.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very vulnerable time. Like, it was still the pandemic. People were not seeing each other.
Right.
Single mother, stuck at home. You're scared. What happens if I get sick? Of course,
Right.
I had Jeanette and you guys, but still, like, you're alone. It's not like
Yeah.
the old days.
Right.
I was scared.
Yeah.
Very much scared. But I had to be here
Right.
because it was my home and my life. And I was back to school, and then came this summer, and then this person reached out to me through social media. Most probably I was tracked for a while
Yeah.
because I use Instagram for my business,
Right.
basically. But I'm transparent, but not fully transparent. So this is a mindful decision that
I was
women,
just gonna say,
yeah,
it's a very mindful thing. Like, I like to, if I'm somewhere, I like to post and I'll tag the location, but once it's done, like
Later.
later,
I always do that later.
because you
Yeah.
just never know.
No, especially after our experience.
Exactly.
But before that, I was like that too. I was careful because being the stranger in a
Right.
way in a new country, I
Right.
was always alert.
Yeah.
But when you're vulnerable, you lost your father, you're alone here,
Yeah.
you're making a big choice, like it's a huge gear shift.
Right.
Like, you're leaving the business that you leave everything you know and you're
Behind.
familiar behind.
Right.
Your friends,
Everything.
your family, everything.
Yeah.
And grief is such a sensitive experience. Like,
Well, it comes in waves too.
it comes in waves. Like, you think like, oh, I'm okay, I'm strong, and then you find yourself crying like crazy.
Right.
And that was the time that this person got into my life.
Well, and that's like a predator, right? Like, they're just waiting for that perfect opportunity.
True. They know it.
Yeah.
They are hardwired for that.
Exactly.
As we are not.
Right.
And you can never see how much an evil can a person be if you never think of evil thoughts.
Right.
And it's not only him, I've seen other stories. I've experienced other stories. I still meet people who are like 75 years old and they have
The
hidden
characteristics.
agendas.
Yeah.
People are strange, seriously. When they have an interest, when they have a benefit, like, I always say this, if you're going to make a choice of working for a company, being partners with someone for a business, being partners for life, making friends, you have to look at the values.
Right.
That's the critical thing. Like, do we share the common values?
Right.
Like, for me, I have certain values that I can be flexible with.
Sure.
Like, being on time.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yes.
But if I want to stay friends with Jeanette,
Oh my gosh.
have
Yeah.
to
My
be
sister's
flexible.
always late. Yeah.
so when I'm making plans
Yeah.
with her, I'm like, give her one
You
one
have
hour.
you have to give her an hour or 30
Right.
minutes before.
So I'm
for
flexible
sure.
with her.
Sorry, Jeanette.
Yeah, she's
And
an
Jen
angel.
too. Me too. I'm not perfect either.
So today I texted you ETA 10:03.
Yeah.
Like, 3 minutes is
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
But I'm flexible with that.
Yeah.
But honesty, like
Right.
being true, being a real person,
Right.
not having hidden agendas, being transparent.
Yeah.
If I have to tell the hard truth I do that.
Right.
So
you have to be honest.
you have to be honest,
Right.
and you have to be honest with yourself too.
Exactly. And actually, Adriana, our friend, always told
Yeah.
me you can lie to the world, but you still got to look at yourself in the mirror.
Right.
And you can't lie to yourself.
No.
And there comes a point where you have to make a decision for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what I've always thought about, speaking about liars? I figured that when there were so many liars around me, I realized I was lying to myself.
Yeah.
Isn't it like life tries you, like when you're lying to yourself for this or that
Totally.
reason?
Yeah.
Maybe because you're afraid of losing love. Maybe you're afraid of, okay, yeah.
Being
When
by
you-
yourself or being vulnerable again or
Exactly.
starting over. Absolutely.
And then I figured out when you're making choices out of fear, you always make a wrong decision.
Right.
When you're making choices out of love,
Yeah.
you're good.
Right. You're good. Exactly.
So I made that choice out of fear.
Hmm.
I was afraid of being alone.
Mm-hmm.
I was afraid of being vulnerable,
Yeah.
maybe left out.
Right.
And I was afraid of my capacity, how I can handle this.
Right.
So that person, as a father figure for me and for the little one,
Right.
as a husband, was a choice made out of fear. But at the same time, I had this motivation of helping someone because
Yeah.
I knew he really wanted to stay here in this country. And we didn't have that closure from 20 years ago.
So this was like an old flame.
Yeah, old flame.
Okay.
So it didn't have a closure. It just was like, it was a flame and gone.
It fizzled.
And then he came up with the stories like, oh, there was this and they lied about it. There was this other story. And I think I wanted to believe in it.
Yeah.
And be helpful.
Right.
So here's my thing. Like, I always question myself when I'm trying to help someone. Like, do they really need my help? Or why do I want to help them?
Exactly. Well, I think it's one thing to really want to help somebody, but most importantly, do they deserve my help?
Absolutely.
Aside from them wanting to be helped, like not everybody deserves the best version of us, you know? And I firmly believe that energy is currency.
Absolutely. It's limited.
It's definitely limited. And, you know, we have one life and we got to share that, you know, that
with
life
people
with the
who
ones
deserve.
we love and that matter. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was an old flame. There's a saying in Spanish, donde hay fuego, hay cenizas, meaning where there's flame, there's ashes. So it's so true. So this old, can I call him predator, or what should we call him?
Of course, you can call him. Like me and my daughter. Yeah, we call him. Okay, I know the Turkish for this, but dirt, like dirt, not like the soul.
We'll call him
dirty.
Dirt. Yeah,
dirty.
Yeah.
And the reason hair. This is beautiful, right?
Yeah.
But if it falls in your coffee,
that
makes your coffee dirty.
Yeah.
You don't want to drink it anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
So this is when something doesn't belong somewhere, they become dirty.
Gotcha.
So I call the person dirty. He didn't belong in my life.
No, he didn't.
Whatever he did, whatever he claimed didn't belong to whatever I live for.
Right.
So he was dirty.
Well, and interesting enough, like being in a space where, you know, you're doing executive coaching and all those things, did you at any point think like personality test wise, like?
I did everything. By the end of third month, I knew everything.
Yeah.
Besides the executive coaching and mindfulness, when I had my baby girl, I knew I was going to be the single mom.
Yeah.
We weren't divorced with her father immediately, but we were separate. He was living somewhere else, and I didn't have that support with a present father.
Right.
He wasn't present. He couldn't be. And this is not the person that we call predator, just to clarify everything. But I said, okay, I'm going to find this child psychotherapist to support me as a mother, to manage the relationship between the mother and the baby. So I took therapy from this psychotherapist when I started taking it when Iris was 18 months old until 2021 June, which is when she was 5.5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was having weekly therapy sessions, how to be a good mother.
Yeah.
And I was I was so lucky I had her in my life, because at the same time I was becoming the immigrant and I was going through the loss of a
So
father.
much. Yeah.
I was changing career,
Right.
country. A lot was going on. And I started with her as a therapist for being a good mom.
And it
The day
became
she
life.
asked me, how do you feel about being a single mom and as an immigrant? I hated her. I quit the
Yeah.
sessions.
Mm.
And then, because it was a real question, that was a
Right.
tough question. That was in 2018.
Yeah.
And I said, let me think about it. And then I didn't go back to her 2 months.
Wow.
And then I went
We
back
were
and
on a
said-
break.
Yeah, I said, okay, what was the question?
Yeah.
And then I accepted, because once you accept, then you can work on it.
Right.
So about that part, having all the therapy background, having all the education and the profession, doing all the personality tests. I didn't even have to do a personality test to him.
No, of course
But
not.
my
Yeah.
mistake was that with the 3rd month, I called him in the face, you're a narcissist. The worst thing you can do to a narcissist.
So
Mask off.
how did you find out that he was a narcissist? What event? Was it something that happened?
No,
or
accumulation.
accumulation?
So it was like, I mean, I was 47 years old already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have a certain amount of experience with human
Sure.
beings.
Yeah.
You have relationships, friendships, and you're like, this is not normal.
Right.
Like, it was gaslighting all
Oh,
the time.
yeah.
Full-time gaslighting.
Yeah.
Like, every minute I'm walking on
Eggshells.
broken glass, not even eggshells. Eggshells are soft. In
Yeah.
Turkish, we say cam kırıklar, that is broken pieces of glass.
God, that's deep. Yeah.
It's deep, like it's gonna cut and it's gonna hurt too bad. And literally, I cut my feet once during that
Wow.
relationship, and it was such a bad incident. Bleeding foot, and I was just screaming.
Oh my God.
Stupid bottle fell down, and I cut my foot. And that was a moment I was like, literally, I'm
Broken
walking on
glass.
broken glass.
That's crazy.
That was a wake-up call for me. And from that day onwards, I was like, I have to get out of this. But that gaslighting was like tiny little things you can think of. Like, you're driving in the car and you say something and then there's a huge reaction. Like,
Yeah.
as if you insulted the person. It's
Right.
always you say something wrong. You do something wrong. You think wrong. With my job, like I was doing the coaching sessions at night and he would criticize me for doing the way I do my job, because he would probably listen
of
through
course.
the
Oh,
doors,
yeah.
or I don't know.
Yeah.
And the second thing was, I figured out I was being stalked. My car, my phone. He was a stalker.
Yeah.
He would, like, I would meet one of my girlfriends, and then we would talk about stuff, and he coming back home, he would be like, how's she doing? And then the questions were all intentional with a hidden agenda.
Right.
And if somebody was not listening like a fly on the wall in that room, they wouldn't be
know.
able to ask those questions. And I was
Right.
like, what is going on here?
Right.
But I remember the 3rd month, I called his brother, say that this is going to end very ugly.
Right.
Because this is not a relationship that I want to keep in my life. I just want to take care of my daughter.
Yeah.
And, you have a daughter, you have a wife who doesn't have a father.
Right.
Please take care of this situation. Take him out of my life.
Right.
I won't do anything else. I just need peace of mind.
Right.
I want my mental space back.
Right.
And the worst thing that kind of a relationship does to you is you don't have peace in your life.
No.
You lose peace of mind.
You're in the middle of the chaos.
Chaos, nonstop chaos. You feel guilty. Like, although I knew what was going on,
Yeah.
although I was telling myself, stay awake, Suna, stay awake, but I was threatened because I had a little one,
Yeah.
and I was, back and forth, fighting with myself, like ruminating and, self-debating. And I couldn't speak up because my phone was with me and my phone was being listened to.
That's crazy.
And Jeanette would ask me questions, and I would be like, laughing about stuff. And Jeanette would give me the looks like, what is going on with this? Like, she knows me.
Yeah.
And remember, she told me,
yeah,
I
I'm
knew
not
what
laughing
was
about the situation. I know my sister very well, and I
Yeah.
know that look because
Yeah.
she's given me that look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like,
what is going on? Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was acting silly
Mhm.
because, first of all, I didn't want anyone to be involved.
Right.
Because I don't know the capacity.
Exactly. And you know what? It's funny that you mentioned that because my sister, there's so many times where she's like, I'm getting on a fucking flight.
Right.
I'm going to come in. And it's like, no, this is my thing. Like,
Right.
you don't understand. Like, you're in such survival, right?
Right.
That you feel like, okay, like I got myself in this. I'm going to get
Right.
out.
Right.
But especially somebody with a strong personality
Right.
like my sister, it's like, you're literally fighting like two
Right.
monsters.
Right.
You're
Right.
fighting the one at home and you're fighting the one from her not getting involved because you
Right.
just don't know what they're capable of doing.
No, exactly. That's it. You don't know. And you know what, Alba? There was the other thing. Okay, yeah, I was being stalked, and then comes the threatening part. Like, I talk to someone and I'm threatened with things that I don't want to repeat. And so I don't talk about most of it because it's the brain thing. Like, neuroscience taught me that when you start ruminating, talking about the old stuff that happened to you, because the brain doesn't see and brain doesn't know if it's past experience or current experience.
Yeah.
And it's like, you think of cutting a lemon, squeezing it, and then making a lemonade out of it.
Right.
You don't have a lemon here, but you feel like,
yeah, you can smell it. Your hands smell like the citrus, and
right, because your brain doesn't know.
Right.
So when we're talking about the negative experiences in detail, our brain will think that we're still living that situation, and it's going to take us back to that experience.
1000%.
And that's not good for healing.
Exactly.
You talk it out once, and then you begin the healing process.
Right.
So I don't get into the details, but the most important thing is to speak about it, to trusted others. I couldn't do it. Yes, I was being listened to, and then I was threatened, and there was huge chaos in the house where I wanted to protect the little one.
Right.
She still is experiencing the PTSD from that, the trauma, post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Yeah.
And there was a second thing, being the strong, high achiever, Mrs. Know-it-all, almighty.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed. And the worst part of healing, Alba, was beating myself up.
It's a shame.
It was the shame. How did I do this?
Well, and it's crazy because when you're in the sticks, you don't realize that.
No.
It's when the dust settles, when you remove yourself from that situation, you look at that version of yourself and you're like, how could you?
No, yeah, how could you? I was beating her up. Like, how could you do this?
Yeah.
Like, with all the experience, with all the wisdom, supposedly wisdom, and all the love that you've been receiving from your family, from your friends, and you didn't need that.
No.
Why did you do that?
Right.
Like, being good, being such a good human being to help someone, or to make a closure. Like, I learned a lot. Things happen still, but I wake up earlier.
Yeah.
Like, I do fall down, but I stand up faster.
Right.
That was such an experience. Like, and the reason I speak about it, although I don't want to remember stuff anymore, I've heard so many stories from women. I was shocked. Like, there is this woman who was working for the psychology department of a university. She is a successful professor. She is focused in women empowerment projects.
Yeah.
And she is abused by a narcissist.
Oh.
Whom she is divorced from.
Thank God.
Still living in the same house.
Oh, no.
Can you believe that?
I can't.
I was like, what are you doing to yourself?
Right.
Like, this is one of the stories.
Yeah.
Another one, I heard this attorney. So because you're speaking about your experience, or people know about what you've been walking through, they come up with stories. And I mean, I heard male versions too. Like, it's not only female who is suffering from narcissism.
There's a lot of women.
There's a lot of women too. But I mean, we're not psychologists. We're not professionals.
Right.
We shouldn't call everyone and anyone narcissists. It should be like, if there's a coercive control, that's not healthy.
Exactly.
So we should stick to our personal boundaries. And, you have your values. If there's something going wrong, if it doesn't feel good, at least speak about it.
Yeah, 'cause
go
it's not
ask for
good.
help. It's not good.
Right.
Because when you experience love, when it's real love,
Right.
either when you're with the person or when you're not with the person, that's a tricky thing. My grandma always used to say, find someone whom you will have peace of mind with even when he's not around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when he's not around, you're going to have peace of mind too, because you
Right.
won't be worried about him.
Exactly.
Or you won't be worried about what's going on, if there's any, because it's just a female thing. Like when
Right.
the guy doesn't call for 2 days, you start ruminating.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
you know. But she told me this when I was 18 years old. Find someone that you're going to have peace of mind even when he's not around. So that's it. When
Right.
you're in love and when you're loved, if it's mutual experience, you have this trust. Like even if somebody comes up with the weirdest thing, which happened to me recently, I didn't question what happened. I was just questioning, is he safe?
Right.
I was just concerned about his safety.
Right.
Somebody texted me from my significant other's phone. Yes, I do have someone
Yes.
who gives me
yes,
peace of
you
mind.
do. He
Yes,
gives
I
you
do.
peace of mind. He's
Yes.
great. He's
He's
awesome.
amazing. He's the one.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
The one.
Yeah. So somebody texted me from his phone
Wow.
during a very vulnerable moment. I didn't question it for 1 second if something is going on there. I was like, is he safe? Is he safe? This is a life-threatening situation, maybe? Or it's just a simple robbery? Somebody kidnapped him. Somebody took away
my
the phone.
gosh.
Somebody robbed him.
Yeah.
How can someone text me through his phone? He's not safe. For 1 second, I didn't think, is he having an affair or something?
Wow.
I trust him that much.
Yeah.
So when it's real love, it's real love.
It's real love.
Yeah.
And when you made that decision to leave Dirt,
Oh, yeah.
like how did you find out like I need to escape? Like what was the turning trajectory for you that you had reached that you're like, this is where I draw the line in the sand?
Oh,
Because we all have that one event.
Well, it took me 2 years. I had a couple of events. In 2 years, you can imagine.
Yeah.
Almost every month we
Yeah.
had the huge fights, or for once we were traveling and I wanted to run away and I tried, but I didn't have my passport and stuff. I reached out again to his brother rather than to my family who was in Turkey and who would be, overwhelmed.
Yeah.
If not frustrated, disappointed. It was devastating for them to hear that, hey, I'm going through this. And besides, my phone was being listened to.
Right. You couldn't call
I
anybody.
couldn't call anybody.
Yeah.
But, when you're paralyzed, you get dumb too. Like I was thinking, why didn't I think of going to somewhere else, asking for your phone and making the call? Because that is how I did. I was at the piano lesson for my daughter. I wrote on a Post-it and asked her, can I take your phone because my phone is stalked. Like it's,
Oh my gosh.
They have a different word for that.
Tapped.
But tapped,
Yeah.
tapped. She right away gave the phone like, hey, Suna, can you bring us water? Because Iris needs water.
Wow.
I didn't explain anything to her. She's the piano teacher for 2 years or 3 years, and she just gave me the phone right away, unlocking it. So I got out and make a phone call to my friend and to another friend. And then she met me close to the house because I wouldn't have the car, I wouldn't have the phone with me. So I made the call to her and say that, hey, I'm sure I have to get out.
Wow.
He is not here right now. He is traveling. He's in France. So I have some days before he figures it out. But I need to get out of this house because I've been begging him for a divorce, but he wouldn't. And on the phone, we had this conversation too. We were supposed to go to this travel together. And somehow, again, some chaotic thing happened, which worked out fine for me. We didn't go together.
Right.
He was not here. And he threatened me because I had to talk to my mother because my mom was asking questions. She was here then
Yeah.
and she's still here and living in my house, and she was getting concerned and she was getting worried and she was asking questions. And when she asked questions, I had to answer. Like I was always honest with my mother. I never told any lies to my mom. Age 15, age 45, age 50. I always tell the 100%
Honest.
truth.
Yeah.
No matter if she can carry it or not. She
Right.
knows me. I always tell the hard truth.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't. So I
Yeah.
said, I do the sign language kind of. I took her out of the house. But he figured because he had cameras in the garage, he had cameras in the kitchen ceiling,
Oh
which
my
I didn't know
gosh.
it was working. So he could stalk me through everything. So knowing the one in garage, I put a tissue on it so he wouldn't see us living together. Because when we left the house together, he would be like, what were you talking about? Because sometimes I was intentionally leaving my phone home, claiming I forgot.
Right.
Because no matter what, you don't like being listened to.
No.
I don't like it. I
Yeah.
hate it. Like when I'm talking to you on the phone, I'll go upstairs and talk to you upstairs. Because
Yeah.
even with Iris, because it's a different relationship.
Yeah.
We are different personalities with different
Right.
people. Like when
Totally.
I'm talking to my partner, I'm different. I sound silly. I do the baby talk and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't want mom to see that.
Yeah, of course.
And when I'm talking to mom, it's different. So I like
Right.
that privacy. And I needed mommy-daughter times for me and mom.
Right.
But anyway, so he figured it out. And then he threatened me. He's going to burn down the house. He's going to bring 10 people to my house.
Oh my gosh.
They're going to shoot me at the head. Like stuff like that. I heard that.
Damn.
He said, one day that door will open and you're going to be shot in the head. If I'm a maniac, which I'm not, if I were, I would have done it in the past 3 years. Like, I listened to this. And that was the moment I said, I have to get out. No matter what. Because he didn't have that green card at that time. Me being the citizen, I was trying to be good.
Yeah.
Like, okay, marriages don't work. People cannot get along. Relationships end, but let's do it in a peaceful way. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's leave each other, get out of each other's life. He wouldn't understand it.
Right.
Like, even if you're not a narcissist, where we're fighting every single day. Okay, let's say it's me. It's because of me. I'm the one.
Right.
Okay, just give me a break.
Right.
Let me be the maniac.
Yeah.
Okay? But no, because he wanted that.
The control.
The control. Like, he wants to be in control. If he had the good intentions, but I don't know. I can't say anymore.
Right.
If you listen to his story, it will be different. But I told this to the attorney who was on duty in the restraining order department. She summarized the 3 years in 1.5 pages, and I was crying. Like, how could you do that? Like, I was abused big time. And you know what? When you're not beaten up, when you don't have the bruise on your face, but in your heart, it's so difficult to prove it.
Oh, yeah.
So difficult to explain people. This was coercive control. I was controlled. Wherever I went for a walk, wherever I talked to, he would decide.
That's crazy. Well, and the thing is, I think that the thing with narcissists, when they feel like they don't have control, they get more aggressive and they just become more threatening. They yell louder. They throw more things against the wall. I mean, at least that was like my experience too. And the thing is, like, from my experience, I almost still had to go through the abuse to reach the point of him in agreement. Like, okay, now we're done. It was sickening. And the worst thing is that you're forced to try to like understand it at that point because you have no idea and you're just on survival, which adds more dust once it settles and you're like, what did I just put myself through? But it was, I mean, at least for my circumstance, it was like, okay, I have to like play along, you know, to the point to just survive.
Yep.
And so after that, you spoke to the attorney and all of that. I mean, it's incredible. And I remember seeing you on one of my visits here. And
you remember how I looked and how I was acting.
Yeah, I do. And I think too, like,
I know.
We connected because we're both going through it so bad that it's like the outside people can't understand. No. Like, nobody understands, like, you know, and our loved ones and friends are like, just get out of it, make a run for it.
No, it doesn't happen like that.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Because you're trying to protect everyone. You're trying to protect them. I was trying to protect my brother, my mother, my daughter, and myself.
Right.
And I told you, I didn't know the capacity.
Right.
Like, he says, I'll kill you. Like, one day, there was this fight.
Yeah.
He hurt himself intentionally, doing the scratches with his nails.
Yeah.
And then he went to the security of the hotel saying that my wife hurt me like that. I'm going to stay out of the hotel room, but I'm not going to call the police or anything. And I was begging, call the police.
Yeah.
Like they're going to run some tests and they won't find anything in my
Right.
nails.
Yeah.
So it's sickening.
Yeah.
And I cried rivers.
Yeah.
I cried a lot.
Yeah.
By myself.
Yeah.
But before speaking to the attorney, so I had to get this domestic violence report to be able to get a restraining order. I remember I was talking to the police officer and I was shaking.
Yeah.
Like I was shaking like crazy.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Miss, can I touch you?"
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, yes, of course.
Oh,
And
man.
he would hold my shoulder. He would be like, "You're in the United States.
Yeah.
I don't know where you are from." He figured it out, either from my accent or from my
Yeah.
name, because I gave him the ID. It was
Yeah.
my name listed there. And he's like, "You're in California. You are protected.
Yeah.
Now you're going to have this number. Tomorrow morning, you're going to go to the courthouse.
Yeah.
You're going to file a restraining order
Yeah.
and you're safe.
Yeah.
You're protected. Please calm down."
Yeah.
And he did the breath work with me.
Right.
Can you believe that?
That's
Police
crazy.
officer.
Yeah. Bless his heart.
I was like, he calmed me down and I could go home. And then my brother and my mom were at home.
Yeah.
My daughter was sleeping upstairs. I literally ran away from the house.
Yeah.
I literally ran from the patio where I thought there was no camera.
Yeah.
But there was.
Of course.
I didn't know where.
Of course.
2 minutes later, he figured out from wherever he was then, and he called my mom, he called my brother, he threatened them. He was yelling and screaming. He talked to Iris, "Tell me where you're..." I didn't tell anyone where I was going. I
Yeah.
just ran away.
That's
Ran away,
wild.
jumping out of the patio. And when I think of it, like, well, I mean, this can only, if I tell this to 18-year-old me, even 38-year-old me, she'll be like, "Come on,
Right. And
that's not going to happen."
And
to
that's
you.
my next question. That's something that I like to bring out on
Yeah.
the episodes is like, what would you, because there's so many people, like you say, men
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
abused too.
Yeah.
Like, what would you tell yourself, the younger version of
Yeah.
yourself, knowing everything that you've experienced, the unfortunate loss of your father,
Yeah.
leaving everything that you know in Turkey, coming
Yeah.
to the United States? Like, what would you tell yourself then, now?
Trust your instincts,
Yeah.
because you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
It always speaks to you.
Yeah.
Like, and my friends always call me intuitive. Like,
Oh yeah.
what would you call me?
1000%. Yeah.
Every one
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
Like, some of you guys don't know each other.
Mhm.
But I always ask people, what would you describe?
Yeah.
I mean, what would be the word that describes me?
Right.
They're always going for intuitive.
Yeah.
And I didn't listen to my instinct. I knew it.
Right.
I knew something was wrong. Actually, Jeanette knows it a little bit because it was before I took the decision. I was like, "Jeanette, I'm concerned. Like, this is kind of weird." And she was like, "I mean, Suna, come on. What can go wrong?" Like,
oh yeah.
but I would tell myself,
Yeah.
always listen to your instincts, because my instincts talk to me. I believe everybody can
Yeah.
hear their instincts.
Totally.
And the second thing, make decisions out of love.
Yeah.
Never make any decision out of it. Like, very recently, I had to suffer through miscommunication and stuff with a couple of people, a couple of human beings that are not going to be in my life anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I figured they don't deserve my time, energy, and love at
Yeah,
all, or my
exactly.
patience,
Yeah.
or my compassion. I was
Yeah.
acting out of compassion, I thought. No, it was fear, because I was afraid if I listen to my instincts and speak up, I may hurt feelings of somebody else.
Right.
And we didn't have that time that builds trust. And,
Right.
you need some time. Like, if I tell you something about someone, "Hey, Alba, you know what? I think that she is blah, blah, blah." You'll be like, "Oh, yeah, let me look into that." But if I do it like during the first 3 months of our friendship,
Right.
you'll be like, "Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I've known this person for a long while, and what is she talking about?"
Right.
So, acting out of fear, I didn't tell the things that I felt.
Right.
And now I had to suffer. And
Right.
that person suffered too. So again, I tell myself, you're 50 years old. Don't act out of fear.
Right.
What are you going to lose?
Right. Well, and something too that I want to, give you grace is regardless of what you went through. I mean, considering what I know, like, you come from a stable family hold
Yeah.
where, you were really close with your dad
Oh, yeah.
and your mom. I mean,
Yeah.
she's such a doll. I love her. She's so sweet. When you're in a very vulnerable place in the transition of like the pandemic and losing your dad and all that, like and being a single mom, I don't have children, but I can imagine you wanting that family dynamic, and it was just literally he caught you at the best time.
Yeah, I was
Because
the best. Yeah.
if you were single this entire time,
Right.
and if he was trying to come into your life now,
Right.
there'd be no way you would allow that. No way. And that's why I say, like, these people are predators. They're just literally waiting, and they know the right things to say.
Right.
They know the right things to do. They know exactly how to gaslight you. And then they change your mentality. Then it's like years go down and you're like, how did I even get here? But my point to that is that you were doing the best you could with the information that you had in front of you.
Right.
It might not have been the quote unquote right decision, but look at where you're at now. Like your daughter, like, is so resilient, and so are you, and you have an amazing man now.
Oh, yeah.
And if all of those things had to happen in order for you to get here, long-term wise, it's like you just had to learn. And one of my friends, Melanie, she always told me, unfortunately, we haven't lived until we've experienced a narcissist. That is so true, unfortunately.
So true. Like, a friend of mine went through a divorce right after me in Turkey. I could see everything, and I told her, right now, after a full year, she goes, this and this and this and this, we're not healthy. And she was abused 25 years.
Yeah.
So I was very lucky. Me and you, we woke up pretty soon.
Right.
And it took us a while, but it was fast. When I look at the stories, real life experiences, it was pretty fast.
Right.
Although it felt like ages to me. But one thing I hate, it took away something from me. I trusted people. Now I don't.
Well, you just got to be mindful, right?
I am mindful. I am concerned. I am suspicious.
Yeah.
Preventive.
Yes.
Very preventive, because I've paid a lot.
Right. I think we just see people in a different lens.
Like,
I feel I feel the same way. If somebody tells me, like, oh my God, I met this guy and this and that, and like, I'm like,
is he a narcissist?
Is he a narcissist? I'm like, just be careful. And I had this conversation with somebody yesterday. I'm like, I'm not trying to say he's a narcissist because, like you said, I'm not a therapist, but these traits mirror that personality disorder. So you just want to be very careful because this sounds like very toxic and X, Y, and Z, but it's you just look at people at a different lens, unfortunately. And it's like, wait, red flags.
Red flags.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not therapists. We're not healers. We're not supposed to. But we lived. And anybody, if you're not feeling comfortable, if there's something toxic going on, get out of it. Like, I don't care if the person is a psychopath, sociopath, narcissist, bipolar, whatever. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't care about healing them. And I'm not here to diagnose. But don't stay there. Just get out of it.
And it's so, and I agree with you. And it's like, for those people that are in it, it's just so challenging when you're in it because everyone can tell you to leave. Everyone can tell you, or like in my instance, literally cheating on me in my own house and watching it because he filmed it. All the things, right? You can see it, but it's not until you have to come to that terms and be like, okay, like this is it. This is it. The acceptance.
You have to accept.
You have to accept.
And then you can move.
Right. When you're like, okay, enough is enough.
It's a huge, gracious moment. Like, you accept.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I made the mistake. Yes. Be accountable for your own mistake. Yeah. Okay. it is what it is. I
Right.
made this choice.
Right.
Now, how do I get out of it?
Right.
What do I learn out of it? Like, I remember a friend last summer when I was going through this, or maybe was it the previous summer? Yeah. She told me, Suna, if I were you, I would never speak about it because you have a daughter. I said,
No.
what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, people are going to be like, she was abused by this coercive control maniac.
Right.
So let's not stick around her daughter. Really?
And that's such an old school way to live.
Such an old school
Well, and
way.
I was going to say, you know, like it's unfortunate that your daughter's dealing with some residual challenges,
Yeah.
but at the same time, God only knows what you're going to save her from in the future.
True. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. Like
I say, be grateful for things that happened to you and that you prayed for that to happen.
Exactly.
Be 100 times grateful for things that you prayed for and didn't happen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the thing is, like, I would imagine if I was a mother, I would take the hit all day versus my daughter dealing with a narcissist, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And if she got to experience the residual from it,
Right.
you know, it's unfortunate, but your daughter is like super witty. Like nobody messes with Iris. She's
No.
such a little doll. But now with this experience, her watching it secondhand and living with it, like I have no doubt in my mind that, you know, because this is something that we don't experience. You had never experienced it. I can't imagine your dad being like that, or your brother. You know what I mean? It's just something that is completely out of your realm. Yeah, you have no idea what it is until you learn from it and then you live it and all the things. So I praise you for that. Although it's hard, don't beat yourself up because God only knows what you're protecting your daughter from. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, she knows a lot.
Yeah.
She knows a lot. She has this, Mom, I'll protect you. Like she has this. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. You don't have to, honey. You're good. You're good. I mean, I'm the parent here.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm very transparent with her.
Yeah.
Like sometimes my friends tell me, oh, she's just 9 years old. No, she's a mature soul. And I tell her right from the beginning, that's my parenting motto. We never had lies between each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was leaving the house when she was 9 months old, 19 months old, I would always tell her, look in the eye, Mommy goes to work. I never ran out of the house shady ways. Like I always looked her in the eye.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she would cry. But I was like, I'm going to leave now, but I'll be back. I was going to show her the timer. Yeah. I would use the other timers. And Mommy is going to be back when this is finished. Mommy is going to be back when they're all finished.
Yeah.
And she is used to that. We never tell lies to each other.
Well, it's building that trust.
Exactly.
You know?
She knows I will always tell her the truth, 100% truth. And I want her. And I always tell her that this was my relationship with my mother. Yeah, you're right. I had no experience with any kind of narcissistic abuse in my life.
Right.
Or, okay, yeah, my father, being the old school, he was an attorney. Also, he had the military background. Yeah. He was in the Air Force. He was a little bit more on the authority side.
Yeah, strict. Discipline,
like
structure.
You see it in me. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. It was because of my father.
Right.
Like, I was raised like a soldier.
Yes.
Like, my bed was always done.
Yeah,
my
you looked good. Everything.
Proper.
Yes.
Like, everything is proper. Like, sometimes I'm like, I'm boring. Like, I tell you, I'm so boring. I get bored of myself. Everything is like.
No, you're not boring at all.
Story.
Yeah.
Iris'
so
father
wild.
would call me the ruler. Like,
oh my god.
Before we got the divorce, this is funny. He was telling the family therapist, I'm like the how do you call that thing that you measure the
the tape measure?
The tape measure.
Yeah.
I'm the tape measure. She's the ruler.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I set rules.
and we follow them. So, I mean, there's one thing about like structure, right? I think people thrive in structure and all that. And I think that's what those seeds that your father instilled in you is part of the reason why you're so successful, you know?
Thank you.
And you can put things together. I mean, it's just, it's awesome to see you. And now I've learned way more about you that I had no idea about, which is amazing. But I commend you, you know, and it takes a lot of courage and bravery to be here and share your story. And
thank you. Thank you. Because if we don't speak about it, they won't have the courage to speak about it.
Right. And, you know, we can shed that light to
Yep.
other people that, you know, have one is not feeling alone. I think that when you're in the stick of it, you feel very isolated, very like you can't talk about it. I mean, I had to pretend like
Shame.
everything was fine. The shame, exactly.
It's a very heavy feeling. You feel the shame.
Yeah.
And you cannot wake up.
No.
You feel embarrassed. You feel bad. You feel guilty. And you feel like you cannot speak about it to your friends, to your family, because you did wrong.
Right. I remember one time when I had shared what was going on with this lady at the gym. Her name's Jen. She's awesome. I call her Superwoman because she's ripped. Like she's got an incredible physique. And I had shared with her what had happened, and she's like, "Girl, like, what are you doing?" You know, and I mean, people in the Midwest, they have just such a tender heart. But my point to that is, I remember then, like, okay, we're gonna fix it, right? And then seeing her at the gym, and we're working out together, and she just looked at me like, "Why?"
Yeah, why?
And that shame is just, it killed me.
Yeah.
It killed me. And, you know, I didn't have any family over there. I had a couple friends, but she still like supported me and was like, you know, you don't deserve this. Like, you know, like this is not for you and so forth. And we go back to the same thing. When you're in the stick of it, it's hard, and that shame, you know, it's like a dark cloud, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I want to thank you for coming.
Sun is shining.
The sun is shining, yes. And, you know, that's a great thing about life. The new day rises. You know? We get a fresh start every day.
It's like, you know, clouds. They come and go.
Exactly.
It's like the waves of the ocean. They come and go.
They come and go.
It will keep on happening.
Yeah.
We're going to be challenged by other people, but we will have the experience. It's the grit. Like, you know, yeah, we will fall down. But what matters is how fast we can stand up and, you know, take off the dust and keep on walking.
And in your profession, too, it's like part of your job is like making people feel amazing.
Right.
So tell me a little bit more before we end this here.
After this experience, what happened is I was thinking, what is the learning here? I mean, except remembering that I should listen to my intuition and helping I figured that there's another thing here going on. Being the executive coach and knowing that the C-suite is mostly men, I have always been working with male figures. It was 98% of the time I was helping men feel better about themselves, regardless of the situation, one-to-one or one-to-many. If they're doing a presentation or if they're in the live studio or, you know, I was helping them to dress up better, look better, feel better. And me being the female, I figured that women need me. So since then, I made a decision to serve more women. So I have this new website other than my name and last name domain. I have the Suna Styled It.
Oh, I love that.
.com. It's Suna Styled It or Suna Styled It. It's more like looking good, feeling good, because it's decoding the visibility. I realized that so many women are invisible in their own unconscious choices. So I said, you know what? I'm going to help women, because when you're dressing a lady, sometimes you're taking them out of their comfort zone. So when I was working with women till now, after this experience, I heard stories about,
I can imagine,
inconfidence, bad relationships, and that feeling good about yourself, falling in love with yourself at that again, looking at the mirror and being able to see not the flaws but the good parts. This is a gift of this experience. Before that, I wouldn't think of, because, you know, I've been working with people for the last 20 years, and sometimes you don't think, you're in autopilot and you function. And then I realized I have to do something for female sisters. And now I'm part of this Turkish Women Initiative, which is supporting immigrant women in the United States.
I love that.
I'm teaching personal branding to immigrant women from all nationalities. Every year I have that lesson with that. It's Alliant University
Uh-huh.
and Turkish Women Initiative Together project. And I'm working with another association in Turkey. And whenever women come to me, I'm helping them, putting my heart and soul.
Yeah.
And they're like, how do you do this? I see them. Like,
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
Because I learned to listen to my instincts again.
Right.
And if I can give them a present, I am present for them.
Yeah.
When they talk to me, I listen to them. When they want my help, I help them.
Yeah.
It seems like I'm dressing them up, doing the closet edit,
Mhm.
but at the same time, we're doing a lot more than that.
Yeah. Well, that
Bringing
just,
consciousness into their lives.
that must just feel like so fulfilling.
It is fulfilling. Yeah,
Yeah.
because at this age, and you know, being successful, like you say, at one point you don't do it for financial reasons. You do it for
Out of
emotional
your heart.
satisfaction,
Yeah.
and it means a lot when people
Yeah.
say, you did this and it's amazing, I feel great, I went to dinner with my mom and my husband, it feels great. This new lady tells me, she's texting me at midnight, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
You
that's it.
did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all that matters.
Well, yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for letting
Thank you
me
for,
share the
yes.
experience.
Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate you, and I commend you again for your courage and your strength. And if y'all need a stylist, hit her up. Thank you.
Thank you so much.